It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's complete to Baker. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now Burrow. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career. And that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that. And even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by McPherson up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this to the 32. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And trouble trying the middle here. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Well, this defense for the Bengals very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, an 18-yard touchdown ground. And the Steelers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
An inside give, Brown. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third and 5. Burrow looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. The Bengals at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season,
trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Got his man, it's Warren. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. You talk about this Bengals defense. They've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 39.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. These two teams all tied after one. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. Finds Pickens outright. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw again is Wilson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Chubb will score. Touchdown, Steelers. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a 3rd effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a 4th.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This will be caught once again by Brown. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Baker. Only able to gain a couple there, and now it's 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chase Brown with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. He'll get this to Baker. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Burrow. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups. 2 yards left on second down from the 9. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he will take it out in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he'll get this to the 32. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And let me tell you, that wasn't as easy as it looked. Dancing away and moving forward for 6 yards.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they go play action now. Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. It's complete to Brown, right side. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That is caught. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard. Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6. Now back to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. following the penalty, Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Throwing is Wilson. He finds Pickens over the middle. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Wilson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Warren. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
They run it again with Chubb. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
George Pickens
From 8 yards out.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also have those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw.
Open man is Yoshibas.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Andre Yoshibas.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st down.
Wilson to throw.
That's to Freiermuth.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays high.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now Wilson.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. Here's Wilson.
Got his man. It's Warren.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here comes 2nd down and 5.
Throwing now is Wilson. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Boswell for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Burrow.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it. Throwing, Burrow.
He's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Now Burrow. Got a man. It's Brown. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Again, it's Burrow.
This one complete to Yoshibas.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a give left side, Brown with it. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Cincinnati, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.